Hello or hallo as we say in Germany. My name is Jorn Zylla and I come from Germany. I have been teaching German and English here in Hangzhou at a high school for 4 years now. I especially love the beautiful scenery of Hangzhou and the very interesting history. So now let me introduce you to the ancient towns and villages of Jiande. Jiande is a place full of poetic simplicity. There are countless wonderful ancient towns and villages hidden around the Xin'an River, and they're all reminders of the good old days. The point where the Xin'an, Fuchun and Lanjiang River meet, there stands an ancient town in between Wulong Mountains and the river confluence, and separated from the river by city walls and surrounded by rolling hills. This is the prominent Meicheng. Meicheng was also called Yanzhoufu. In 1938, the name of Jiande was established for the place. As Meicheng was the seat of Muzhou and Yanzhou prefectures and Jiande County, the 1,700-year-old town boasts a profound history and profuse cultural heritages. It means the city of plum blossom in Chinese, because the battlements along the river were shaped like a plum flower. The walls were last rebuilt in the early Ming dynasty by the brother-in-law of Zhu Yuanzhang, the first Ming emperor. Nobody could explain the unusual shape of the battlements, but the county journal had a story that 3 emperors of the Song dynasty all took office in this place before they ascended to the throne. Thus Meizhou earned the privilege to build the plum blossom-shaped constructions, just like in the state capitals of Beijing and Nanjing, because the blossom shape was by then considered a symbol of the supreme power of the country. For Meicheng in its heyday, this was a sprawling city with lofty mansions, spacious courtyards, crisscrossed lanes and bluestone pavements to entertain visitors from across the country. The walls, towers, academies, temples and ancestral halls were the remembrance of people's graceful and prosperous lives there. Even a simple memorial gateway is the witness to Meicheng's history. One of the stone gateways, San Yuanfang, is a must-go attraction. It was built to commemorate a prime minister named Shang Lu, who was smart enough to pass all imperial examinations and took the first place in the final review. For some reasons, we could see few ancient city wall remains today. A new city wall later, built aside the leftovers, has become a destination for pastime, leisure and fun. That's an ideal place to enjoy the meeting of the 3 rivers, a breathtaking landscape unique to the place. Jiande is not short on charismatic ancient villages either. For example, Xinye is one of the highlights from the Daciyan. This idyllic gem is like a gorgeous nature park and an open-air museum with hundreds of old residences, dating from the Ming and Qing dynasties. The panoramic view of such old, elaborate houses, coated with black tiles and white walls, looks like a timeless Chinese ink wash painting. In 1208, a scholar named Ye Kun followed the Song dynasty's imperial family that moved southward from the central plains to Zhejiang. He finally made Yuhua Mountains his home. Ye Kecheng, his grandson, dedicated all his life to setting the general pattern and architectural order of Xinye Village and erecting an ancestral temple and memorial hall for his villagers. His families then built houses and courtyards around it. Over 36 generations in 800 years through imperial dynasties and the Republic of China period, Ye's descendants have been expanded into a huge clan of more than 3,000 members. The big family cherished the place so much that they did not remove houses left by their ancestors. Therefore, although hundreds of years have passed, 16 ancestral halls, pagodas and temples, and more than 180 old residences have still remained intact. The house beams, columns, archways, pillars, window lattices and eaves tiles are adorned with exquisite wood carvings, and its underground drainage and sewage system are still working like a charm today. Just take a walk in and around the village and you would get totally fascinated by the wisdom of Chinese ancestors. Xinye villagers believe farming helps bring food to the table, and reading feeds the soul. The village is particularly renowned for a pagoda and a pavilion. The pagoda, named Tuanyun, free of any adornments, was erected in the Ming dynasty to expect the village's cultural prosperity and good luck, while the magnificent pavilion, named Wenshang, appeared 300 years later for a similar purpose. Both of them are symbols of people's cravings for education and career laddering from imperial examinations. The province of Zhejiang is profuse in legends of literary works and figures, where many ancient towns and villages have survived the rise and fall of civilizations for centuries. Each of them stands for a book of history and culture. They were nice places to live on folk philosophies and family traditions, and they were the witness to the city's economic and social progress. Seeing is believing, and just find it with your naked eyes. 杭州欢迎你